Alright. I guess I'll hit a little bit of a roadblock with Jagged Alliance. Powders. Let's try. Let's get a little bit farther on Disco Elysium. I guess I'm gonna stay on here a little bit. Just stay in Wonderland. Yee.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Let me
hello.
know if I can help you with anything.
You. It's hard to tell. There's probably a lot of stuff you could help me with, but it's hard to tell. It really is. Know anything about the traffic menace?
I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
I don't drive either. You get those licenses taken from you. But didn't you hear it when the traffic menace drove over your roof? But why don't you wait? Why don't you drive? There's probably a lot of reasons why somebody don't drive. But
Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop and then moving on.
yeah, move on.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
A vortex sounds
Yeah.
fascinating.
It was pretty wild. I didn't really know what to make of it, but I know it meant something.
Warera Hosho Kazokudan. It was pretty wild indeed. Pretty wild. There's something I'd like to sell.
We'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Policemen selling hubcaps.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a misc banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
Hell yeah.
No one was defrauded or just, I assure you.
At least I can pay for the damages.
Of course, I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Delightful doing business with you too. Oh, Lord. Delightful. Very delightful. Very delightful indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, kind sir.
Here's the 100 real you need for your bill.
Yeah.
Do not waste it.
The windfall is a small consolation.
I will try not to waste it. Very much so.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I have a fascinating photo of a corpse.
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
You know what the tattoos mean?
Photic paths, counter-radiance network, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
So is all of this just junk? I guess. Now I have over 200 real.
Another time, perhaps.
I hope that was just vendor junk. I really hope so. And that wasn't really needed for anything. Ooh, I don't know. I want to make sure some of that was... What was all that I just sold? That was... Production schedule note. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I should have sold all that. I'd better... Yeah.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Traffic? I'm sorry of it. Now that I've...
That sure narrows down our...
Yeah, it was... Someone
Guns?
else came here earlier
Anything
today
okay.
asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Oh no. that sounds about right though. Pawning stuff and not remembering it. It's hard to tell how many times that's happened.
What? Sold?
Yeah, right.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
Fugue states. Those fugue states will really get you.
You...
those fugue states.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer.
Mhm.
Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Yeah, that sounds about how you get in some of those fugue states sometimes.
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Mm.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
You weren't quiet yourself, officer.
I would say so. I would say so. What was
You
it
were
like?
very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money.
Mm-hmm.
When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
You sucked on a gun? Good. Very normal.
Very normal. Very normal. I believe yeah. Uh-huh.
$15 real.
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream. It's not, though.
It's a waking nightmare, ain't it? This is Halloween. This is Halloween indeed.
This has got to be the most... wow.
Like wow, like totally, like super, totally wow.
There's pity there too, in case you didn't notice.
I'm so sorry you had to see me in that state.
No apologies necessary, officer.
Was the buyer at least a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her.
I bet it was my ex-wife.
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Yeah, probably.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Yeah, I know, right, Ken? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
Hopefully she don't blame it on the citizens' militia.
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
I don't know. I can't remember anybody either.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it right now. You'll just have to hope Everard wasn't lying, and the Union can track her down in time.
They have people from Everard Clare Union come to track the gun?
Maybe. Shady looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it.
All the guns. Pawning guns.
They went their way. It was a trip. But you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
Of course. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
It is, ain't it?
No one likes to see what you have to see every day. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Yeah.
Roy takes the hubcaps.
Yeah,
No one was
of course.
Thank you. Here's the 100 red.
The windfall is a
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I don't have anything to
Another
sell.
time, perhaps.
I'd better not sell any of that other stuff just yet. Well, I know I pawned my gun off. A few more eccentric, mostly military wire. Eccentric with some eccentric fashion thrown in. A little bit of eccentric fashion thrown in. Dayanara.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Never relieved properly.
Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You see, Rose, I've tried to find something pretty and cool. Everything you
Dang.
pick out seems faded. You see, Rose, I've tried to find something pretty and cool. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse. A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say foul.
Yeah, headless man. A headless wooden soldier.
Oh, that's the headless foam rider.
Who? Who? Hana senai, nani mo hana senai. Who?
The headless foam rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
Probably some of his head at least. Probably at least some of it.
50 cents. Bargain price.
50
I'll
cents.
throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks.
Byzantine.
The kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago.
Warhammer. Rubbing G.I. Joes together. I believe we might have done some of that.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Oh no, Orangino.
Which ones? Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the Revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
I guess those are the Revachol revolutionaries.
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries,
Yeah.
yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers.
Hmm.
I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
Ask my friend Gart, whose bitch it made me. I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Might be interesting to find out what it is.
Purchase the Headless Fallen Rider. Just 50. Just 50. Just 50 cents.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky?
Ah, probably.
Always carry it with you.
Always carry it with you.
That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as earnest. You should learn from him.
I probably should. I really probably should. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have sold all of that first time. I'm glad I reloaded and always, in these types of games, you should always hold on to all that junk. Until you know for sure you're going to use it or not.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with...
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
Where did you get it, though?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real. A bargain, I
Probably
dare
not
say.
right now for me.
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet-talk you into buying trash.
There's also the matter of rewiring. But the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Well, not right now for me, at least.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Maybe he has a, maybe there's a sad song tape in there. I can sing karaoke.
One
Karaoke.
especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite.
Golden orange. Orangey no. Orangey no.
Just make sure it works before you buy it.
You too. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel format. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Like a beach party. With sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze.
Sex on the beach. Kim, theoretically, could I bring this to a beach party? Would I want to bring this to a beach party? Would I?
Theoretically, yes. But we don't have time right now. It's generally murder investigation first, then beach party.
You're right, Kitsuragi. Work first, party later.
That is the unofficial RCM motto, yes.
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music.
My taste in music isn't probably for everyone. DBSM fan, cross-dresser music. Yeah, you probably already know it. I think I might buy
The
that.
boomboxes wait on the shelves. And your boombox, that gold and amber Harman Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
And here you are, quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever, turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Was that a good option? Who knows? But it didn't set me back too far, so. Equip this to play tapes. Ah, there we go. There's a big boom ball walking around with a boom box. Let's let him walk around with a boom box. Yeah. return to Gart with the spinner cache. Yeah, there we go. That looks about right. That looks about right. It's hard to tell who and all is walking around with boom boxes. Well, I guess it's time for to finally pay for the damages. Damage. Damage. Boombox in hand. Like a real stud.
Can I help you?
Yes, have you got it?
Yes, I have the money. I finally do have the money.
Well,
Here it is. Sorry for the trouble.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow.
Ding
Please
dong.
pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
No, as it goes right now, I at least have money for one more night. One more night. One more. Wait, was there anything else?
Can I help you? Another thing. Great.
I love
Yes.
things. I love things so much. Okay, I can live a Lupe. Live a Lupe.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Yeah. Redecorated.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Let's go, Kim. Let's go.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM.
That would be
Our role
one way to
here,
put it.
Our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
That would be one way to put it. It's almost like I'm starting over again. Ponderiple. How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it.
We did it, yay.
Our inspection could have been more thorough, as it always can, but we have some leads we can follow up on. In addition, we got that body down from the tree, and we performed a field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. I still feel like we missed something, but it's up to the boys in processing now. We did perform a thorough search of the crime scene. That's great.
Hopefully I can at least get the boots.
Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez.
I understand how important communication is in our line of work.
Very important indeed. Well, we conducted an interview with Evan Claire. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information.
I'm sure I can get him to tell us more.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
Big relief. It's a very serviceable name. Roxy Dubois. Sanji Roxy-san, Ohio. Big relief. It's a very serviceable name.
Moving on. We talked to Joyce, monsieur, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Prison 41 practice?
Yeah, I guess so. I do exercise quite a bit.
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until you get up tomorrow.
Just you wait. You'll find out why you're running. You'll find out. I'm training for a long distance run. I want to raise money for charity. Yeah, I'm training for a long distance run. Yeah, that's just how we roll in Precinct 41. That's just how we roll. Just how we roll.
It's impressive, to say the least. For a man your age, especially. Those are some stylish shoes too, by the way. Those loafers. Must be hard to run and do what you do.
I manage. What can you say? I manage.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Those rituals, I guess, can be good to have. They help you through things, don't they?
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
Some kills pain. Rawr. Rawr. A cigarette is such a good idea. I think I'm gonna have one too. How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Yeah. A lot of us have unhealthy habits. It's just whatever. It's just whatever. It's just what I do. I'm just being me. Cut out the things I don't need. Don't care if you disagree. Don't need no sympathy. Winning the game on my own.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit.
You're cold, detective. Again, I only have exactly one every night.
Right then, the debris.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day.
So what are our powers exactly? The RCN.
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Ravachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Okie day. What else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
I see, and if someone resists... resist and arrest. What if somebody resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Mm-hmm. What happens with the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
Wait, so if I kill somebody on duty, what happens? What if I kill somebody on duty?
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. Yes, the last time was 4 years ago.
He says it matter-of-factly and moves on.
The
Continue.
coalition government and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Ravachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say the coalition government.
It's probably more honest, yes. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
The moral intern.
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution fled.
I really don't know. That's how bad it is in here.
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
EPIS. The Insane Clown Posse.
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago.
Dolores
Others say
Day.
they are just technocrats. Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Honor, courage, commitment.
Something ominous.
Something ominous indeed. It's always something ominous. It's always something ominous.
Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner.
Something maybe even a little feminine. Little effeminate male. Bit of an effeminate male. I'm a male, I'm a male, male.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
It's probably too abstract for me too. I have a hard time processing information. The gears don't turn like they used to anymore.
For you, she is something painful, though it's hard to say why.
Yeah, it's hard to say, right? It's always all kinds of feeling, all kinds of ways, ain't it?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
You like them?
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
There's a lot of us who see ourselves certain ways in our 20s, and then times change. People change, times change.
But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
Gay retards.
Do you?
We need them right. We need them here, giving us the right to police Revachol.
In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes. Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string, from east to west, as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over.
I hate Mondays. Just say nothing. Just look into the night.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
Soldier.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in general, in the GRIH.
The mouth on that daggone kid Kuno.
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts.
Get ready, I'm here.
We run this city. West of the river is RCM. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are. But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
Night. Captain Bartholomew Price steps into the yard. A piebald horse waits by the motor carriage, chewing oats out of an oat bag. Seagulls fly overhead. The sky is black. Captain Price wears a black suit and a standard patrol coat as he mounts the horse to head home.
Chewing oats. Chewing oats. Oatmeal.
Rows of houses on either side, hunching over the sidewalks, and Precinct 41, with its dome roof growing distant. Around him, the streets are silent. A kid on the corner waves at the captain as he takes the turn on Petition and Main. The horse neighs. The captain nods back.
Nay.
Thanks, kid, he thinks. He's grateful.
Hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Yeah, it's getting cold out. It is. Starting to get cold. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Wiener Wayne. This is Wiener Wayne. Matinees. See you in the morning. See you in the morning, Cam.
The fan stands still. The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Yeah, I know. Probably need to wash those. Pretty soon.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep.
Oh.
And then sleep doesn't come.
Yeah, gotta try this game. It's a trip, especially if you have some. Especially if you have a lot of, you know, what's the word? Like dang. Well, what's the phrase I'm thinking of? Like existential crises or whatever. It'll really put you into one of those. That's for sure. Playing some video games. I like playing some video games too. Fiber based. But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Got a lot of dang. Yeah, fiber based. I am. That is. Suffering succotash.
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Probably is the bed's fault. Check the pillar.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Synthetic filling.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing.
Intimate and warm.
Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel. quite so easily. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who? Hana Senai, Nani mo Hana Senai. Who?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Elysium? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
Mine are probably a little bit too slow.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Mine a dream state. Yeah, that's me on a disco ball.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Probably don't want to remember it.
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
I was born in a hospital where people go to die.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me, do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
Yata. Yata. Nay. Nay, son. Okie 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 day. Dipu shit, hey, fantastic. I left.
Oh no, Funky baby, you stay.
I
It was
probably
the
did.
rest of it that lived. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go.
Yeah.
Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
They're probably all ghosts. Don't worry, I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back.
Yeah.
You failed.
The golden
You
oldies.
failed me. You failed Elysium.
Suffering succotash with a little bit of chamoy. That mango tahine chamoy. Pretty good. I think I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself.
Yeah.
That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed.
Wet, sweat.
Stinky boy.
Ah. Dipu shite.
Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history.
I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm gonna die.
You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I can come back from this, please.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
Some people can't help it, alright? They're a little clumsy.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
Always is. Ah, there's another type.
Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep
Ding
at
dong.
all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry.
Time to get those clothes on. Tick tock, ding dong.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Time to go to work. Nipushite fantastic. Let's go to work in the shit factory. No.
Good going, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I just had the most beautiful dream. Uplifting. Rejuvenating.
Really? Because you feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
Yeah, I know. Woke up with a headache today. Just kidding. I don't feel pain.
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Detectives need to be able to think. Some detectives are a little too clumsy. Really, I feel super good. I feel fine.
That's not really true. Your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off.
It
You
will.
don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
No, don't keep doing it.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired. Suit yourself, slow, sad showman. See how you do without your spark.
I'll be alright. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Ding dong. To be honest, I don't even gotta sleep, and that's the difference between you and me.
The door is closed. This door can open as you hold the metal. You sense the warmth left there by her hand.
Black ice warning. Black ice. Oh. There's those Union guys supposed to keep an eye out for. Good morning, Kim. Good morning.
Morning. I've got some good news. I took care of the body. The thought of him decomposing in my MC wouldn't let me sleep.
Good, thanks.
I'm just glad he's gone. We have other matters to attend to. The Union muscle finally turned up, and they look rowdy. We need to talk to them.
Ismingard told us about.
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. Everything points to the dock workers' union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business. They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Does she have
Just a
anything else to
moment,
say?
officer.
Just a moment.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
I think they did away with those.
It's fine, I understand.
For the most part.
Thank you anyway. Now then.
Everything all right, ma'am?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there or to the phone booth down the coast. Gary's phone is dead too.
Nobody ever has a phone.
The manager was vague about it.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, may I ask what you needed to use the phone for, madame?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing,
Gary.
and I haven't heard from them.
Gary.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. Oh, forgive me for not introducing myself. My name is Lena, and my husband and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Alright, I'll bite. Has your husband went missing before? He probably has.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
Always dying.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
Tell me about the expedition. What went down there?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect.
A highly trained xenobiologist. Rhubarb boom pot.
But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
It's hard to tell.
The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Yeah. Issues with the pipes. The water's leaking. The water.
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I'd trust him with my husband's life any day.
The water lock to the other side of the coast is broken. Probably just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
You may not believe it, but it looks like some maniac crashed his motor carriage into it.
Oh, sweetie, if it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to another sleepless night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you both.
I probably majored in a little bit too much of that xenobiology too. Atashi alien.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
I'll look for him. I'll look for him.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
I need help repairing it. If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When or if I get there, alive and well.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
Studying Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
It's a pseudoscience
Yeah.
that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and
A
urban
sassy
legends.
squatch. A sassy squatch.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
It's a serious line of work, okay? Don't laugh at me.
Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Skinwalkers. Skinwalkers.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Suggestion 97%.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Let's hear about some of them cryptids.
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
I probably could too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Extravaganza. Just one little cryptid. Promise.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Cryptids, cryptids. Let's hear about all the interesting cryptids.
What's the most dangerous?
The gnome of Jeroma.
The gnome. My gnome. That gnome sounds terrifying. Terrible.
Oh, yes. None of its victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue.
Hiroshima. When did Hiroshima happen?
It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and a gangly little thing. Quite scary to look at.
I know, right? I know. It can be pretty scary to look at.
A couple of campers found it when it was already dying.
I'm
They heard
dying.
an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it.
Get wrapped in tarpaulin. I'm dying. I'm dying.
It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of this very little species?
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom.
Did it. Finster pouch.
Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
What's the tiniest one?
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
Right, okay, we can move on for now. It's dishonorable to renege on a promise. It is. It is.
He nods approvingly.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The Mothman of West Virginia. The Mothman of Southwest Virginia.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Of course, dear.
Alright, we'll leave her alone for right now.
Can I help you?
Titus. %. Alright, Mr. Dickhead.
Let me handle this.
Oh wait, that's the gardener.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
People have bad days, whatever.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
You're not a gardener at all.
That's right. I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
Law school. Are you Lizzie? Are you Lizzie? You a Lizzie? Lizzie. Salamanda. Salamander.
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy. You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men. Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Yeah, I probably do have a little bit of them, but whatever. Probably nobody will do anything about them anyway, so whatever. What are you gonna do to me? Say what you're gonna do to me.
What are we going to do to you?
Say what you're gonna do to me.
The union isn't going to
Loosen up my
do
buttons.
anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
Goddamn right.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive. You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of
A mob.
Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
That's how mafia work.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Hey,
Psst. They're right behind me. Oh no.
hey, you.
They're right behind me, aren't they? They are. They're right behind me. The ghosts.
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Communists. Again?
Yes, you're
Again,
ready to start
really?
building
Again?
communism again. You've built it before.
Did
They've
I?
built it before.
We
Hasn't really worked
probably
out yet,
have.
but neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner.
Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted by human beings. Is that right?
How come there's word
You
on the
keep
street?
saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
Oh, right. Oh, right. I've said some mildly left-wing things before.
Funky style. Very funky. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Let's build communism.
Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready. Rigorous self-critique. Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
Ding. Ding dong. Hmm. Well. Bedtime.